August 29th, 2019. We just had at 8 o'clock this morning, we had a 6.3 off of Bandon, Oregon. And the problem with this one is it was a shallow one at 5.4 kilometers. Now, we've been seeing that the earthquakes are getting shallower over here. And we look at the Cascadia lava fields. And I want to make a point before I do anything. We had this one yesterday over in Japan, 6.1. That was pretty shallow at 17.2 kilometers. Today we had a 6.3 over in basically what's called Coors Bay off of the coast of Oregon, and that was 5.4 kilometers. And then just a minute ago, Old Faithful popped off over there in Wyoming, the Old Faithful geyser. You know where that's at. That's over there in the Old Yeller Park, what people call Old Yeller, but it's Yellowstone National Park. So, what I want to point out though is let's just go ahead and go into this map a little more. If it ever loads. Okay. This is about where I expect a really big one to hit, right here along this bend. And remember, there's methane hydrate all around those volcano chains that are along this area here. Let's go ahead and open up and put a face on this. Let's go for terrain. Okay. See all these mountainous areas here? Let's go for the faults. See, they only show faults around here. That's where it's at. And then you look at the hazard. Okay. So basically, they don't do much mapping out there in the ocean, as you can see. They've got a lot of stuff here along the plate here, and a little bit here. Let's go even farther in. Okay, now we're getting some resolution on that. You see all these rifts along here? You're going to start seeing some cones, your volcanoes. I mean, they're just all over the place. And you can see the Gorda ridges around here. Well, they're full of methane hydrate, which is frozen methane. Can you imagine all these volcanoes going off? This happened at 15:07, 58 seconds of UTC time, which is, if you're in the Pacific Northwest like I am, that's you subtract 8 hours from that time, and that gives you the approximate hour that happened. So you subtract 8 from that, you get about 9 o'clock, just depending. Depending on when you're in daylight savings time or not. Then you subtract more, like 9 in daylight saving time. So, Old Faithful kicked off over there in Yellowstone just a minute ago and had 2.6. This is a result of what came around here. And this is where I really expect a really, really big one to hit. You know, the 9.0. And they're getting more shallow, people, and you know what that means. It means that more cosmic rays are hitting that silicate magma, and it's heating it up and causing it to expand, and it's getting closer to the surface. So that's why we're getting, like in the Cascadia lava fields, that's why those are getting so shallow too. It's because it's an old Cascadia lava fields over there in California. That's a Cascadia lava field, and there's lots of volcanoes there. There's 3 volcanoes that are supposedly extinct around that area in China Lake, and they have silicate rising around the base of them. We're going to expect another volcano over there soon. Now, with the coronal holes facing us and shooting at us, we're going to be seeing a little bit of geomagnetic activity on Saturday. And if you subtract the 8 to 9 hours, 18 to 21 UTC over here, let's just make that a little bit bigger for you. Okay. Because I know you like looking at a ridiculously small little print. Okay, so you take a look at that. That's 18 to 21 UTC. Subtract 9 hours from that, It's approximately going to begin at about 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll have a GEO1, which is a minor geomagnetic storm, happening on Saturday and continuing into the night. Okay. Other than that, everything's fine. Except for this corona hole and solar wind coming off of it. We're going to get hit with that. On August 5th, a solar wind stream hit Earth's magnetic field, sparking G1 class geomagnetic storms and auroras in the USA. And we're going to have that again this Saturday. I thought you'd like to look at see what the sun's doing yesterday. There's a little bit of activity, but not much. You can see it spewing out just normal stuff. And if we go back to today, it's relatively calm, as you can see. But I thought you might want to look on the 13th when it really ejected some. See this coronal mass ejection? This was on the 13th of August. That really threw out some plasma. And of course, the magnetic reversal, the pole shifting, and you can see it over here at magneticreversal.org. You can see how fast the North Pole's moving. It's moving extremely fast, people. It's moving miles, not every year now, instead of just a few inches. Schumann resonance, you can see that also. And let's blow that up a little bit. You can see that. I wonder if it'll let me do it on this one. No, it won't. Okay. So if you look at it, you can see that we've been getting hit pretty hard back on the 27th, 28th. And now we're starting to see some spiking over here on the 29th right here. So this is, of course, UCT time, so you subtract your 8 to 9 hours. And you can see that we're starting to spike again with the Schumann resonance, saying, let's see what they say, what's happening. Schumann resonance today, we'll try to keep you updated about the variations of the resonance. The frequency is 19 hertz right now, and the base is 7.83 hertz. That's very low. You can barely, most humans can't hear this low at 19 hertz. And that's happening right here on this area that I expect the big one to hit. Okay? And I saw a pretty good sized one a couple months ago. It was a 4.6 right around this area right here. I expect the big one to hit that will trigger off the tsunami and everything else to hit right here, people. So that's all I can tell you. You've been warned.